Welcome to Buttered Legs.
We watch movies and make music inspired by the experience. Fair warning, there are spoilers.
We oftentimes talk about mature subjects, and we say dirty words while we're at it.
Here we go. Welcome, Butter Leggings. I'm Jay.
I'm Sin.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Sin and I were in a video call a while back, and there were a lot of people in this video call, and you could see everybody's cameras, and everything was going overall okay, except one key person to the meeting could not hear anybody else.
The host of the meeting.
So we get to the end of the meeting, and Sin, you want to help me out on this?
Oh, yeah.
So the host of the meeting says, okay, well, that's all that I have. Does anybody else have anything to talk about?
Yeah, I'm a key person in this meeting, and I would like to say that I've got a pretty important topic to talk about. I was wondering if
if nobody else has anything, then meeting adjourned. And in the call, it was also recorded. I'm not exactly known for my poker face, and
No.
and in the recording, it goes to whoever happens to be talking or the loudest. So it went to that person saying meeting adjourned, and then immediately went to me because I was laughing so hard on the call, and I'm just like, ah!
Good thing they were the hosts of the meeting. Oh, jeez. We put out our recent episode. What was it about? Twilight.
Yeah, Twilight.
So, we put out Twilight, and I don't know. We've been doing this podcast for what, a year? I don't know. How long?
Hold on. I'm kind of curious. Let me get that real quick before you keep
moly.
going. Are we coming up to our 1 year anniversary?
Oh, jeez.
While he's doing that, I'll mention I finally fed my weenie lizard.
Ooh. What's a weenie lizard?
So that's what I call the three-toed amphiuma, for those that are very confused right now, which was everyone. Y'all butter leggings, if you want to be really weirded out, look up the three-toed amphiuma.
How do you... Amphuma?
Amphiuma.
Oh, whoa.
Amphima. Amphiuma.
Oh.
It's the largest salamander in the southeastern United States, basically.
Wow.
Ooh. Salamanders in general are kind of crazy looking.
Yeah. This one has really tiny, almost useless arms, legs, and it has 3 toes on each one.
Huh.
Oh.
When's our anniversary?
We passed it unknowingly. Our first episode was published December 7th, 2020.
Okay, so we've been doing this podcast now for a year, and over a year. And I get this message from a friend of mine who I gave the link to listen to the podcast. And they're like, hey, that was a good episode or whatever. And we exchanged pleasantries. It was really nice. And then I was sitting there, I was like, oh my God, this fucking podcast is public. Like, people listen to this dumb shit we say. It kind of just struck me as like, I don't know. And then so Jay and I have been re-listening to all the episodes, and I don't know how embarrassed I am about all this stuff.
I'm not embarrassed at all. I love it.
Well, I mean, I'm
we
not...
better say smart stuff.
I'll say this. I don't know how many more critically acclaimed movies like Godfather that we should provide analysis on. Like, it's like you talk about Space Jam. That's one thing. If you're like, well, I think the cat represented And we're making all these fucking we're just guessing. We're just guessing. I mean, there's probably books and books and books written about this, and we're just like out here guessing shit about like what happened in Godfather.
Well, counterpoint. We've heard plenty about Godfather for decades from people who do know about film, and they're like, oh, you know, the angst that you feel and the tension, blah blah blah, and they know like what kind of cameras were used and stuff like that, but they don't have
what we bring.
What nobody else has brought is a song about the Godfather in the style of the Beastie Boys.
That's true.
We gave that gift to the world.
That's true. Anyway, we don't say it often. We don't say it often enough. I'll just put this out there again because it's no longer in our intro. We don't always get it right, but we're real good triers.
Yeah.
So lately, I've been watching a lot of crime documentaries because I get on these kicks of just like that's all I watch. And they're almost exclusively on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And I wondered, having watched most of them, is there a person that just kind of dicks around on a piano and keyboard for Netflix documentaries?
Ding, ding,
and,
ding, ding, ding.
And yeah. And can I have that job?
Seriously. I know exactly the sound you're talking about because I watch them too.
There's a common thing to them. I don't watch them like you do, like you two do.
Oh yeah, it's like kind of an ethereal, kind of minor key type, like noodly stuff, kind of. Yeah. And if it gets a little bit touching, there's more of acoustic piano with a bit of reverb on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I also had listened to a crime podcast shortly after I had my little chat with my friend about him congratulating us on the latest episode. And it was real good and well thought out and put together. And I was like, oh yeah, we ours is more of a little bit of a wild ride without seatbelts.
I was also at a large taco
franchise
industry franchise, yes. and you know how they give you a little receipt and it has the little survey on the back?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The cashier, he asked me, or he was telling me about the survey, but almost in like the fashion of asking me to the prom. He's like, will you take this $500 survey? And I was like, yeah. And I never did, but I was like, yeah, I will.
You got engaged?
Apparently, yeah. Almost got engaged to that Nacho Bel Grande. That's real good. Lastly, I had a dream the other week. I had a dream I was reminiscing about having once been a proud founding member of the Lion Kick Theater Productions Company.
Lion Kick?
Yeah.
So wait, your dream was that you were reminiscing about? It wasn't like it was a dream about the thing you were dreaming about reminiscing?
No, it was like me and some buddies, we were reminiscing about us having been part of the Lion Kick Theater Productions Company.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember...
And that was...
Okay, do you remember what Lion Kick Productions was kind of about? Did you have a feeling about that?
It was like a theater productions company. That's pretty much all I
knew. That's
all you... I really love this idea, though, of a dream where you're just kind of thinking about something else, like fondly, like, oh boy, that was sure exciting that time I was the Emperor of Mars.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
I also want to talk about... I do also want to recognize randomly all of our butter leggings that live in the great state of Ohio. We are real popular in Ohio, and that's awesome because I don't think I know a soul in Ohio.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, Hi, Ohio.
Hi, Ohio. Speaking of giant taco franchises, Nextdoor gave us this sweet, sweet gift this week. John, here in Portland, says, every time I get a notification on my smartphone, it should like a bell. Does that mean I have to go get a taco?
Please read that one more time. It went in. It took a turn and then a different turn.
I know.
That I didn't expect.
Okay, y'all ready?
Okay.
Strap in. Every time I get a notification on my smartphone, it should like a bell. Does that mean I Hold on, one more time, because like that, when you get into that middle part, you almost feel like you're having a stroke. So 1 second. Okay. Every time I get a notification on my smartphone, it should like a bell. Does that mean I have to go get a taco?
Oh, man.
When I read this, at first blush, I think he's saying, hey, man, it'd be pretty sweet that if I got a taco every time my smartphone notified me. But that is not what he is saying. Because he says, it should like a bell. Does that mean I have to go get a taco? So he's asking, does he have to go get it? He's asking next door. He's asking all of the neighbors. When I have a notification on my phone, do I need to go get a taco? I think that's what he's asking.
Why would you need to ask your neighbors this?
Oh.
Even if that's the
Oh, sweetheart, you have no idea what these people ask their neighbors. They ask their neighbors. This is funny due to the fact that the taco situation, but no. They ask everything on Nextdoor.
Every time I get an email, for two with Marvelous Magical Burger King.
Marvelous Magical Burger King.
All right, so this next one requires a little bit of setup.
So watch me now when my phone goes ding. It's a taco.
This one requires a little setup. This app is not like Facebook to where there's profiles and you can read the posts. Like if I randomly posted every 5 days and it seemed a little disjointed, someone could click on my profile and read them in order.
Okay.
And get a sense of what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Because it's my profile, there's posts associated with me in order for me to see, for folks to see.
Okay, but you're saying like maybe in the main feed, it's not like quite so organized,
Right?
Okay.
But in Nextdoor, there isn't that function. So yes, I'm getting random posts from folks. But even if I go to their profile, you can't see any sort of precursor to their request or any sort of like history that kind of clues you into what they're trying to say. There's not. It's just like it'll say they posted 20 times. That's literally that's only context clue you have. So they have to update that post if they want any sort of context more than what's on the post. So I say all that to say this.
Okay.
Daniel, sweet Daniel, posted this on Nextdoor, and I just love it. So I'm scrolling, right? I'm saying like, hey, I lost my cat. Has anyone seen my cat? I've got a car for sale. Should I go get a taco if I get a notification on my smartphone? And then it's a surprise for him. Don't tell him I'm bringing him to a restaurant. And that's it.
That's what Daniel posted?
And like, the thing is, there's 7 hearts and no questions replying to this person. No one wants to know more. Like, who's him? How are we going to tell him? We don't know him. And it's just, they're asking their neighbors, don't tell him, because it's a surprise. It's so funny. It's like, dude, that's not how it works. It's just so funny. Oh, jeez.
And I think it's safe to assume that also the him that this is referring to also does not have access to Nextdoor. Otherwise, they'd be seeing this.
I guess.
Sin, you're probably spoiling it right now. Him is probably our biggest fan. Our biggest butter legging out there. What? Daniel's taking me to a restaurant?
That's when a villain was made.
Butterleg Shapeshifter. Butterleg Shapeshifter. Or Shifter.
How many times are we going to encounter Ben Franklin during the course of this podcast? That is not what I signed up for. Like, it's out of all the things in the world to talk about, I didn't think Ben Franklin would come up so often.
He's a motif.
The original butter legging.
That's right.
The butter pantaloon.
Our founding butter legging. All right. Shifter, released in 1999 and directed by Philip Browning. Please excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that name correctly. Could be Felipe. I don't know.
Could be Browning.
So let's talk about I want to talk a little bit about the movie kind of in general. I tried to do some research on it, and information is pretty scant out there. But I think I have a little bit of an idea, at least it makes sense in my brain, about this movie. So,
Can I raise my hand?
yes.
Can we first take stock of how many of us are mad we had to watch this movie? I'm pretty mad about it.
Hey, butter leggings, raise your hand if you've seen this movie. I bet no one's raising their hand.
I bet not.
Okay, so here's what I think happened, but I can't confirm it because I can't find any dang information on the internet about this movie. But I think it was made by a Canadian film studio who was filming in Romania. And the original title of the movie is Shapeshifter. And then it was released a little bit later in the United States, and only in the United States it's called Shifter. Now, what I especially can't figure out is why that's the case. There is another movie called Shapeshifter, but it came out like 6 years after this one did. So that doesn't really make sense. That's pretty much all I've been able to kind of like, I use quotation marks, figure out here.
I'll say this. When we're about to go through the plot, it is okay if you can't keep up, if you have to take notes, if you have to stop and restart this episode 40, 50 times, because there is no way to join this shit together. Like, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, you're going to think that we're making this up.
Or talking about 30 different movies.
Butter leggings, I'd like to say, if you have any questions, just jump right in there. Ask.
All right.
So,
Bullet point number 1. A boy finds a meteorite.
yep. And there's no explanation for it. It's just something that happens. Okay. And it's like, it doesn't give an exact date, but you can extrapolate based on some information you find later that it's probably like 350 years ago.
Next bullet point.
Next bullet point. So now we're in present time, 1999. You know how right now is 1999. Uh-huh. So we meet the character Alex. And I don't know, should we call Alex something different because we also have Alex here on the call?
I will be heretofore known as...
No, you're keeping Alex. That's way too confusing. We'll call him...
We can call him...
Shape Alex.
Yeah. Or Alex the Shifter or something like that.
Alex the Shifter.
Dumb shit.
Huh?
Dumb shit.
Yeah, dumb shit. Present day 1999, Alex the Shifter and his parents, they're moving to a new home in Iowa after his parents quit being spies. They have quit the spy business.
Cold War's over, y'all.
Cold War's over. It ended in 1999. So they were able to quit. And then Alex the Shifter's parents get kidnapped.
Yep.
And their house is set on fire.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
But he's up in the attic and they don't know where he is.
Alex escapes. And Alex the Shifter, he knows what to do. He snaps into action. And
He's been training for this his whole life.
he watches a video.
Yeah. He takes off his shirt.
He takes off his shirt.
He's shirtless. And there's a video from his parents that he watches where his parents say,
Next, call 1-800-CIA-HELP. Ask to speak with a field operations manager.
so we had the idea, do we want to try to call 1-800-CIA-HELP?
Yes.
See what it is?
Yes. Let's do it.
All right, so let's see. Make a call.
Oh, we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're really going to do this. Okay.
Jay and I were driving back from the park. I was like, let's fucking call that number.
So what would this number be? I haven't done this in a long time.
300.
Yeah.
Three.
No, 2, 4.
2.
Quit saying numbers, Alex.
4. 3. LP. All right. Who knows what we're going to get?
You have reached a non-working number.
Oh, that's it.
That's what they want you to think.
Well, how disappointing that we can't call and talk to the CIA that way.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I did not read these notes ahead of time. Number 4 is so disturbing.
Yeah, so the next thing
Oh, yeah.
Alex the Shifter, he goes over to his mom's clothes and starts smelling them.
His missing parent.
Yes, his missing parent.
Abducted parent.
And then he pretends to be an adult, even though he is about 25 in this movie.
Yeah, he calls the airport to buy a ticket, and he's like, I need to buy a ticket for my son. I am adult human man.
Granted, he has the kid trying to be an adult voice down. Like, that's his best bit of acting.
I mean, we know he's pretty talented because he learns Romanian in a single plane ride.
Yeah, he found out he had to go to Romania, and he just learns it.
Wasn't there something about the watch of his dad was important?
Yeah.
That was a big plot point.
Yeah. Which turned out to be, I don't know, just barely important at all. Like,
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
but they made a big to-do about it.
Well, they make a big to-do about a lot of things that are not important in this movie.
So his dad's spy watch has a GPS locator, which, at the time that was a bigger thing, that you could locate something with GPS. And now we all have one in our pocket. He didn't even use it, though, whenever he got to Romania to track down his parents, because it got sold at a pawn shop. So I don't know what the point of it was.
What is the point of this movie. But what I'm struggling with, what is this movie trying to be? Like, what was the tone they were trying to achieve? Are they trying to go for like a zany type of older kids, like Goonies type feel, or?
Yeah. Well, here, maybe let's pause it on that question.
Yeah,
and put it at the end.
Yeah, because there's a lot to explore. Because we're in spy territory now, but we haven't yet gone through sci-fi territory or horror flick like there's a lot of territory that this movie tries to cover. He arrives in Romania and he asks someone where the youth hostel is. The singular youth hostel in Romania. Because that's how that works.
Yeah, it would be like going to Los Angeles and being like, where is the convenience store? The one that is in Los Angeles. So Alex goes to the youth hostel where he meets Annika. And then later, he's taken to a metal club with a couple other guys who were at the youth hostel.
Well, Bjork was playing there. Bjork was playing at the metal club, Jay.
They said Bjork was going to be playing there.
Unscheduled stop.
Like, it's a little metal club. Like, you could have like an audience of 20.
It's a metal. It doesn't matter if you could have 20,000. It's a metal club. Why did they pick Bjork out of everyone or metal? Like, they could have picked two other things that would made way more sense.
Yeah. Hey, Alex.
Yes.
Do you think you could describe Alex the Shifter's experience at the heavy metal club?
So he says he saw some smoke, and there was some smoke. Mm-hmm. But apparently that smoke to him was in shapes of things. And he also was hearing music, which I only found that out after the fact. Yeah. But basically it was just like the camera was going around Alex, and that's about all you could tell.
Yeah.
And then he just kind of wandered out of there like a toddler.
I know.
So yeah, Alex the Shifter was drawn to the, as our Alex says, the quote unquote music from the glass harmonica, which is really just like, and it was being played by the character Django, whom we meet. And Django is an interesting character. We find out later that it was the boy that we saw at the first of the movie. And Django is like 300 and something years old. The meteorite has kept him alive for a very long time. And Django has a really, really strong Romanian accent.
Do you think that's real though? Or do you think, I mean, I don't want to get into accents being funny because they're not. Right. But I couldn't tell. I sincerely couldn't tell if he had a Romanian accent and he was speaking English in this movie, or if he was trying to sound like he had a Romanian accent.
Right. That's what I was wondering too. And yeah, like you said, it's not funny in itself to have an accent to us. But this movie, the target audience is people who speak English. So it was the choice to have Django speak with such a strong accent is very challenging to the audience because it is very difficult to understand anything this person is saying. Mm-hmm. I'm going to play a little clip here. I put together a couple of lines that Django said.
It's a tall order for a young man. It came from the divine inspiration that struck one Benjamin Franklin, whose sage was so synced so though they were a dream.
I still feel that way.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah, but
and not to say there's plenty of times. I mean, we watched all of the Star Wars, and there's lines and lines and lines of no language whatsoever that's actually spoken on Earth. Like, I get it, but it was just It's one of them. There's only like 3 people in this movie.
So one of my favorite lines is whenever Alex the Shifter meets Django and says, "I was drawn here by the music. I was at a rock and roll club." Django says, "Rock and roll." And boy, I love his delivery on this. Here we go.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Django introduces Alex the Shifter to the glass harmonica music instrument, which was invented by Benjamin Franklin.
Okay, so this is a real thing. I did look it up on the interwebs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so stupid looking. Is it okay? So in reality, is it a thing sort of like when you rub your wet fingers on glasses, like wine glasses, and but it's horizontal and it's bowls kind of stacked on top of each other horizontally.
Yeah, it's the exact same concept. It makes the sound the same way, like, putting your finger on a wine glass. But it spins them all automatically, and the bowls the glass bowls that it uses are arranged a little bit more like a piano.
Oh, it's clearly that thing is not making the music, though.
No.
I want to be clear.
Yeah, it's definitely overdubbed.
It's a chicken and the egg or the egg thing with me for this movie. Like, did someone, the writer or the director, read about, they're like, I don't know. I mean, Wikipedia wasn't a thing at the time, I don't think, but like they're in an encyclopedia and they're reading and they're like, oh, look at that. It's glass harmonica. Let's build a story around that. Like, was that it? Or was it like, ooh, I want to make a spy movie? And then like what idea forged this movie? Like, I'm just very interested because this movie doesn't require the glass harmonica. They could have taken that meteorite that the guy finds. That could have been the source of the power. The introduction of this musical instrument is so arbitrary.
Well, maybe once again we need to keep this in our minds, and we'll discuss at the end.
Okay.
Because we still have a lot of elements to this movie that we need to introduce.
Okay.
All right, so then Alex, the Shifter, shifts for the first time, turns into a dog, and he gets chased by some armed guards. And very conveniently, Annika, whom he met at the hostel earlier, shows up and saves Alex on a very slow scooter. and they putt away from the guards through Romania. So Alex meets up with the guy from the CIA, whom he did a video call with shirtless earlier in the movie. And he gets away Alex turns into a bird and flies away.
Let's have Alex the podcaster talk about that scene.
That bird is a dove. He did some really sweet little hand motions right before he turned into a bird.
It's so great. It's like he's doing the chicken dance and he turns into a dove.
It's like he's playing charades. What am I?
So then we're introduced to one of the main villains, who is, I don't even know if they say this person's name, but they're like army general type person. I think they do say his name, but I can't remember what it is.
He's a terrorist, Jay. They
That's right.
explicitly say, I'm a terrorist. They use the words like, we're a terrorist organization.
He shoots you with a dust gun.
Yeah. He got mad at one of his own guards because...
it doesn't matter.
Alex the Shifter. Yeah.
It didn't matter.
That's a good point. Let's keep going. Keep rolling.
No, but the sci-fi gun does matter, but the reason why he shot the guard doesn't matter.
Yeah. Why does this villain have a sci-fi gun? We don't know. Moving on.
And we say sci-fi gun as in, so up to this point, even, other than the music guiding Alex the Shifter away, everything's pretty, I would say, earthly. You know, it's normal. But then out of the blue, there's this sci-fi element to this movie. So he gets this gun and the guy turns into pixels and falls to the ground. It's very strange.
Yeah, where he's then dust and the other guard scoops him up with a dustpan and broom. Then we get to meet, oh, this is such a great character, the Cyber Witch.
Explain the cyber
Oh,
witch.
God.
Okay, so
Alex.
She is absolutely over the top, overacting. I think she had bell bottoms on because it was 1999, though. I'll give them that. What else?
I feel like they were like, okay, what does the character of a mad scientist look like? And they found Dr. Forrester from Mystery Science Theater. And they're like, let's dress a woman up like this. Give like funny spiky hair. Okay, that's a villain.
But what if she was a cyber witch?
Yeah. So then, they couldn't decide between, is this person a hacker or are they a witch? And they just split the difference. And so one of the things that I love, whenever they first introduced this character, she's sitting down in her little torture chamber underground lair thing. And she's watching a couple monitors. And the main one she's looking at, it has footage from the video game Quake, which is a game where you shoot demons. And it wasn't like she was playing the video game. They were trying to say
They used it as footage.
She's actually watching like through a portal. She's watching a different like demon world or something like that.
You think Quake got any royalties for that?
Nope.
Because no one knew this movie existed.
They're in Romania.
When in Romania.
The good people at Quake are probably learning this right now as they listen to our podcast.
That's a good title for this episode.
When in Romania.
When in Romania.
When in Rome. Romania.
Okay, so then the Cyber Witch shrinks Alex, the shifter, to a couple inches tall and puts him in a jar.
It's very realistic looking.
Honey, I Shrunk the Spy Kid.
Django, I guess, senses this. I don't know. And he plays a song on the glass harmonica that breaks the jar from miles away.
God, Ben Franklin would roll over in his grave if he knew what people had done with this sweet, sweet instrument.
Oh, we forgot to mention that whenever Django plays the glass harmonica, it makes like little rainbow laser beams come out.
And also when Django plays it, it's very uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you do not want to see Django's face when he plays the old bowls.
It's really uncomfortable. You're just like, I should not be watching that. You should be doing this in the privacy of your own catacomb, homie.
It was a private moment, Django.
All right.
Get a room.
Place your fingers on the
Oh,
balls.
God, stop.
That's a good impression.
Now you try. You wet your hands. You caress the lips.
I don't know how much you two love this scene, but ooh, I love this one. So Alex the shifter breaks out of the jar and
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
in order to, his parents were also there in prison cells. He breaks them out, and to escape, Alex turns into a griffin, like a mythological creature, the griffin, and carries his parents to safety.
Oh, my God.
The special effects on this, the computer graphics, they really are like
Good.
they are Birdemic level. Like
bad.
it looks like an animated GIF. There's like no texture to the griffin. And he's real small too.
He's also really small, yeah. There's also this thing about this movie that was real apparent to me is the proximity of all locations is very close.
Yeah.
The hostel, the place where Django lives, the prison, the
terrorist organization.
The terrorist organization. They're all within a couple of blocks from each other. It's just really convenient.
Yeah.
They're just all in one neighborhood. That's Romania.
That's Romania.
So, butter leggings, I hope you're following so far. Here we go. Next, Django dies.
Oh.
And Alex the Shifter decides he's going to play the glass harmonica, and he summons a digital being from the future.
Plot twist.
The hell?
Plot twist.
The digital being from the future says, Alex, you got to do shit. And next scene. Alex disrupts a deal with the terrorist organization where they're trying to buy plutonium. Next scene.
And may I add? At this point, you really want the movie to be over. Go ahead.
Alex goes down into the catacombs where the cyber witch keeps people's souls.
Because that's a thing.
And down there, he meets like 20 people who are just living in the catacombs, and they summon a portal, a fiery portal that sends him into the place where his parents' souls apparently have been kept. He grabs them and pulls them out. Next scene.
Computer hacking.
The cyber witch hacks all computers in the world or something. It's kind of unclear, but she's just kind of laughing on the monitors that at the American embassy. So
She's a whiz.
So I love this. Alex says, "Here, let me try to counter hack her," and just immediately he's like, "I can't do it."
He didn't know the password.
He says, "I need the glass harmonica and privacy."
See, that thing, I'm telling you, Ben would not be happy with what they have done to his poor glass harmonica.
At least he had the decency to know it was a private moment, though.
That's true. Unlike Django.
So then the digital being from the future sends Alex through, as they say, into the fiber optics.
Yeah.
Which teleports Alex to the cyber witch's lair.
That's how that works.
And Alex defeats the cyber witch by playing the glass harmonica.
Which has been played several times during this movie.
And then in the end,
This is the best part. This is the best part.
The family adopts on the spot. They adopt the girl who is working at the hostel.
Who's a full-grown
Why
ass
not?
adult. She's an adult, y'all.
And
She's not a girl. She's an adult.
The end.
She's a grown-ass adult.
You're a Brown now. Their last name was Brown.
Oh, it's so wild.
It was never established that she needed a family, needed a new home, needed anything.
She saved Alex several times. She's more capable than he is.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be adopted. Oh my God.
So that's a movie Shifter. I highly recommend it.
Woo. Yeah, it's pretty good.
So I mean, you know, this movie's got an identity crisis for sure, but I'm still trying to figure out, like, what came first? Like, what part of this was the spark of the movie? Was it the finding a glass harmonica? Like, someone was like, "Ooh, did you know that Benjamin Franklin made this glass harmonica?" And they wrote a movie around that. Did someone come up with the character, the Cyber Witch, and they wrote a movie around that? Like, what came first?
Yeah.
I think it was the politics. They were into that Cold War being over. And naturally, they want to make it kind of a zany little Spy Kids movie. It's the original Spy Kids, basically.
Oh, my God. And then there's
Only
this...
just one kid.
There's the CIA thing. Like, there's a lot of CIA stuff, but it's in no way how the CIA works. And everyone thinks collaboration's a good thing. I'd say in this case, it's not. This is not a good case of collaboration turning out well.
This movie's... Hey, Jill, remember when we used to play potions in the kitchen?
What? Wait, what is that?
Well, it's where you grab just pretty much anything and you mix it all together in the kitchen.
Oh my god!
And it winds up being this like really gross
I
looking
bet it's always
kind
brown.
Yeah, it's always real pukey looking, and you would never want to even. You wouldn't even want to think about eating it. That's what this movie's like.
Your poor parents, my God. I mean, even Birdemic, it kind of stayed on track. I mean, I'll give them that. It was about birds a little bit.
Yeah.
And stock options.
Global warming.
Stock options.
Global warming.
But this, I like...
And Alex, like you were saying, what's the feeling that they were trying to do? Because I mean, you were saying like Spy Kids zany, but at the same time, there's a bit of it that it's like, I don't know, they're almost like trying to be a serious movie. Like,
Well, no one laughs in this movie.
yeah, there's not really any intentional comic relief going on.
I think some things he said was supposed to be funny, like dork could also be a verb. I think it was kind of trying to do like a Home Alone abroad type thing. Only the kid was like 25.
Okay, yeah, I could.
Alone abroad. That's great. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, Sin,
Yes.
what was your favorite part of Shifter?
Okay, there's a part that we didn't talk about that comes right before the magical adoption of Annika. And it's when the CIA is getting them out of the country. They like drive this like military convoy to the end of a dirt road, and the parents and Annika and Alex the shifter jump out in the middle of the night, and they run towards, I don't know, the border of Romania. Like, they flew in on a commercial jet. There's no, you don't have to escape Romania in that way in 1999. That's not what was happening. Like, what were they escaping? Everyone, the Cyber Witch was gone, and so was the general terrorist guy. Like, what are they escaping?
Right.
So that just sort of summed up like people forgetting where they put their keys. Like, they forgot what this movie was about, and they're like, I don't know, do that. What was your favorite part, Alex?
My favorite part was definitely when he's talking to the guy on the computer and he's like, hang on, slow down, when he's not even going very fast.
That's right, that's who we used to be. I was John Dimitri, but now I'm Alex.
Alex, slow down and tell me what happened.
I also like the Bjork concert thing. They couldn't have just said like Collective Soul or something.
Yeah, anything, actually almost anything would be more believable unless they were like deceased. Like,
They could have just said like, my cousin's band is playing there.
Right.
So, yeah, they didn't
or
have to.
this great local Romanian band. Okay.
Hey, JJ, what was your favorite part?
Mine was whenever Alex turns into a very realistic griffin
That was awesome.
and flies his family to safety.
Now it's time for show and tell.
Well, much like the Twilight episode, we had a planning meeting where we got to decide what style of music each of us would be making. So, Butterlakings, you're going to hear that meeting now.
Did anyone have ideas about the musical challenge?
Were we going to do like last time?
I really like last time's challenge.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that was fun for the listeners.
Yeah, I feel like the obvious music challenge is like the glass harmonica thing, because that's the musical instrument featured in the movie. But it's such a limiting instrument.
But yeah, I don't think there's any reason to have, like, would we do like But okay, so if we're doing, y'all are suggesting that we're doing the pick a genre kind of thing for this again. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So, but what is just about the movie?
Yeah, I think just about Shapeshifter, kind of like how we did with Twilight.
Okay.
It was just like you just got to make a song about
the
Twilight.
movie. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can use that same list and just add
new metal.
to it.
I want new metal.
if anybody wants to add anything before we make
I want
a decision.
new metal. Okay, I have something to add to the list of musical styles.
Mm-hmm.
New age, like Enya
Nice.
and Yanni.
Oh,
I have an advantage because I've already done a song in the style of Enya, or I did a direct parody of Enya.
Opera. Oh, we didn't put bluegrass on there. I don't know why. Oh yeah, we didn't say ska.
Oh my god.
Ska or reggae. We didn't. We left those out.
Oh, could we do one like a lounge lizard type one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like old Blue Eyes.
Ska.
Fourth grade choir.
Fourth grade choir.
Yeah.
We also don't have what would that be called? Like folk music, like 60s 70s folk music.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like some Jim Croce?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I think now it'd probably be good to do this the same way that we did last time. And I think it's your choice of how you get the choice. So you can just choose one from here. You can have other people choose one for you, or you can roll a dice and have a random number choose for you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go with someone picking one for me, and I'll see how it settles with me.
Alex, do you have one that you think Sin would maybe excel at?
Fourth grade choir.
All right, what do you think, Sin?
Well, you have to vote too.
Fourth grade choir.
Oh, you think that too?
I was kind of looking at that one for you. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in that one.
Okay.
I was gonna pick fourth grade choir for Alex, but I also would like to. I think I would like to hear you do one of the like metally ones or rock ones, Jay.
I think that'd be good for Alex.
And Jay, for you, like I'm just throwing this stuff out there. We can still work on it, but like I really want you to do New Age. But I guess you've already done that, so that's probably not as fun for you.
It would be fun. For me personally, I'm kind of looking at for myself Lawrence Welk.
Ooh, yeah.
I kind of want to do Lawrence Welk, but
Okay, I like that. Another one that I'm personally interested in is the Backstreet Boys Spice Girls one.
so I could put you down for that. And there's actually a fine line between fourth grade choir and Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls.
Alex, do you have one that you were like eyeing?
I want a random one.
I'm gonna roll a number between 4 and 24. Generate 16. What's 16?
Oh, bluegrass.
Bluegrass. Guys, I really want the Lawrence Welk one this time.
Okay.
That's my final answer. Sin, what's your final answer?
It's going to be a secret. There's two that you've chosen, and then you'll see which one you get.
So either fourth grade choir or
Or Back.
Jay's
Wait,
not happy with this.
No, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Okay. It was just unexpected.
That's me.
So, yeah, Backstreet Boys or fourth grade choir. We're going to get a song from Sin in the style of one of those two. We don't know which one. Uh-huh. And Alex, what's your final answer?
help me. I don't want to say.
Man, 70s folk might be a really good one for Alex.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like...
We were thinking, like, the first thing that came to my mind was Jim Croce.
Yeah.
But,
so kind of like easy listening. Oh, easy listening's almost funnier to put it that way.
Yeah, maybe that's what it should be. Easy listening.
Like Air Supply.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's all. I would say that's not 70s folk, but we should do easy listening.
I'm totally into that. 70s, or not even necessarily
Just
70s,
easy
just
listening.
easy listening. Yeah.
Easy listening.
So just Google easy listening.
Like some of the Bee Gees music.
Yeah.
I'll just listen to an Air Supply album.
There, that's perfect.
Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Easy
Or James Taylor.
Yeah. I've seen fire. Oh man, that's great. I love this. Easy listening for Alex.
Some of that music was good.
All right, so we're set then. I'm doing Lawrence Welk. Sin is doing either fourth grade choir or Backstreet Boys. It's going to be a surprise. And Alex will be doing easy listening. So, Butter Leggings, you're going to go back to the episode now.
Welcome back, Butter Leggings.
So as you heard, I was either going to do fourth grade choir or Backstreet Boys, like boy bands or girl group, right?
Right.
So I started doing my girl group stuff, and it was a lot of work. So then I decided that I would do fourth grade choir.
Yes.
And we'll play it, then I got a few comments to make. So here's my song, Philip Browning Elementary fourth grade choir concert.
Welcome, parents, to Philip Browning Elementary's fourth grade choir concert. Tonight, we're so happy to present to you the program Shapeshifter, inspired by the music from the movie we saw during Movie Day last week. Take it away, kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was great. I'm so glad you chose that category.
So I was gonna, here's what I have to say about that. Okay. You know, I talked about the Godfather episode. Like, we should not hold the power of making commentary about great acclaimed movies. But there's one thing we talked about Godfather that's very true. It's like the screaming children, like it just really grates on your ear. I have that same reaction when I hear live kids singing. They have this pitch or this I don't know, in frequency. There's a frequency at which kids sing.
It's a timbre.
A timbre that is it. I mean, it pierces your brainstem, and that's what I hear. And so I was like, "Oh, this is going to be easy. I know that inside and out." But what's so wild is that when I was recording this, I got hoarse every single time I was working on a line because I'm standing really far back from the microphone and I'm screaming, just like. Anyway, it was a lot of fun to record, but oh my God, it really killed my throat.
The children kind of had trouble enunciating together.
I know, and it's really funny because, well, I don't know if it's really funny, but like, to me, that's very accurate. I did things like several of them are sort of on pitch, but as the music progresses, they get tired and they get more and more out of pitch, and they also get more and more off beat because like they're standing there and they're fidgeting and they're not paying attention. Like that's what I was thinking. And then there's just that one kid who's just screaming in a monotone voice, like that kid. Oh my God. Anyway, it's just really fun.
I was the kid that wasn't making any sound. I was just like moving my mouth, kind of.
That's really funny that you kind of like made different characters and embodied them.
Yeah.
Because on the contemporary Christian Twilight song that I made, I had to make like I think it was like 6 to 8 different vocal tracks. And I kind of made up all these different characters in sort of the same way. There was like one who was like really enthusiastic to be there, and another one who was like really low pitched and like all and different inflections and stuff, and it made it sound like a bigger group. And so very much in that same way, I think you really achieved that. Like, that sounded like 30, 40 kids standing up on a stage together, but it's probably just a couple tracks, right?
Yeah, it's like 6 vocal tracks.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Philip Browning's 4th grade elementary. Philip Browning's elementary 4th grade class.
Choir concert.
Choir concert.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go next.
All right.
So take your butter sticks and whip it up in your bowl and get it real smooth and prepare yourself for some easy listening of the 70s. I actually modeled this. I tell you what, the good people at Butter Legs Incorporated, we like to really prepare for our share and tell. And I actually listened to an entire Air Supply greatest hits for inspiration of the song.
Yeah, remind us, what was your category?
Easy listening.
Easy listening, yeah.
The overarching theme of almost every Air Supply song is like really high-pitched male vocals that are singing about love.
Okay, yeah.
This song called The Shape of Love, parentheses, sometimes it's the shape of a dove.
I'm a skinny spy boy, and you are a girl. We are from different parts of the world. I turned into a doll and rode on your scooter. Please come to my country with me. The shape of love. Sometimes it's shaped like a dove. The shape of love. And I was the shape of a dove once. Love is deep. It's deep like an ocean, and I've known you for like a week. So it only makes sense that I love you like we're third graders. Come to my country with me. The shape of love. Sometimes it's shaped like a dove. The shape of love. And I was the shape of a dove.
my God.
And in the 70s, they did really long fades.
Yeah.
It's still going.
Oh.
And I learned that there. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say it's amazing. Keychains. Holy shit. It's awesome. Great job, Alex. That was so good.
Thank you.
The music and everything was so perfect. Oh my God.
So good. All right. I got Lawrence Welk.
Oh, yes.
So for those of you who maybe are not familiar with the Lawrence Welk show, it ran for several decades, and it was basically like kind of a big band sort of formation of
Variety show?
not really a variety show, because they didn't do like plays and stuff. It was just music. So they were arrangements with like a piano and saxophone, trumpet, trombone, and it wasn't a real gigantic orchestra or anything. It was, probably like 10 people at most, and they would often have songs with like these really smiley, perfect hair people like lined up in front. She's ripping up a cardboard box. We keep cardboard boxes around for this. She likes that. Are you done? Okay, she's done for a second.
You might want to rephrase that. Really smiley white people.
Yeah. It is a very, very white show, and it's also known for there's like bubbles that fly around the stage during the show, and also during the songs, the audience was allowed to like get up and dance, like couples dancing, ballroom dancing sort of thing. And it's really funny to watch because and just almost charming in a way. They'd be playing these songs, and the audience, it would actually show them. The camera would pan over and show the audience dancing, and they would just be these old white people just like bouncing around, and the musicians. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the old Midwesterners. Sorry, Ohio.
Very true. Yeah. The musicians in the band were super duper talented. They really were. And the singers and everybody, they got some really talented musicians. And it's funny whenever you see the audience members, because they're just regular ass people, and they're like all kind of bouncing around to their own little beat. Like,
oh my gosh.
So, my song is from the perspective of Alex the Shifter, and secretly he's in love with the cyber witch.
Thank you all so very much. Greetings, friends, and welcome to our show. Thank you very kindly. A program of your all-time favorites. I want you.
My shirt in like a gentleman. Only got one night to learn Romanian. I'll fly to her when she says the word. Flap my arms real dumb and become a bird. Ooh, got a hot date with a cyber witch. Makes my wiener shapeshift. She'll melt your flesh, she'll break your bones, she'll trap your soul in the catacombs. I hope she likes it when I touch the bowls, 'cause I won't play that rock and roll. with the cyber witch. Hope she's not a bitch.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that was so good. Like this, that music was so sweet and gentle, and then you talked about a wiener. What's funny is I remember you recording it, and like the way our house is set up, it's like you can kind of hear some things depending on where you are, but you can't quite make out what's going on. But I did think I heard you say wiener when you were recording, and I was like, oh my God, he's talking about wieners.
I thought about going all out and making a direct reference to the Twilight song again and saying he's got a magic penis. But it didn't quite work with the rhyme scheme. And I thought it fit better with the Lawrence Welk feel if they didn't say penis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's too blue
good choice.
for Lawrence Welk. So what are we watching next?
Next is the mashup episode. So we got Raiders of the Lost Ark. Excuse me, it's now Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. And
thank you for being politically correct.
Don't want to assume who's accompanying these raiders. And also the Mighty Ducks.
Be sure to like and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. And also, you can check us out on Twitter at BetterLegsCast or our website at BetterLegsPodcast.com.
And send us an email at hello@BetterLegsPodcast.com. All right. Well, unless anybody else
Meeting adjourned.
I'm a skinny spy boy, and you are a girl. We are from different parts of the world. I turned into a dog and rode on your scooter. Please come to my car.